All right, so guys, we're going to start here with a demonstration. Let me see, I may have been logged out because, you know, it times you out after a while. Let me see if it logged me out. Yes, it did. Let's go. So I'm doing this demonstration right now for Mr. Joe Thornton and also for Turner Zacc or Zacc Turner. I can't know if it's one way or the other, but for Mr. Thornton and Mr. Turner or Mr. Zacc, okay? Look up on here. So right now I got Joe Turner at the top. So Joe Turner, if you're watching this, or if somebody who knows Joe Turner, go ahead and tag them to this post because we are live in our community. Now, you see this whole system is set up for Mr. Turner here, or Mr. Thornton, excuse me, Mr. Thornton, okay? You see his amounts are all zeros across the board, all zeros. Okay, I'm not answering that one. My phone be blowing up, boy. I tell you, it be blowing up. Okay, I have to wait on that one. So it's all zeros. Okay. Now, of course, we have the 250 version, which is 10x your amounts, and we have the 25, the standard version. Okay. But all anyone's ever doing is doing what? Opening up 3 digital banks or digital wallets for 3 friends that will do the same thing. What is that same thing? Open up 3 digital accounts too. That's the automation. That you and 3 friends do the same thing. What's the automation? You and 3 friends do the same thing. Now, what's going to ensure the automation continues is the 1000% trust factor. And what is the 1000% trust factor? Listen to this, you may want to write this down, okay? Because like Coinbase, like crypto.com that are opening up digital wallets, they're a centralized model, okay? And they are receiving from every deposit and transaction that takes place anytime, every time, all the time in their ecosystem with individuals that are using, exchanging money, sending money, withdrawing money, depositing money, okay? Every little thing that takes place, deposits and transactions, Coinbase or Cash App or whatever the company is, crypto.com, Binance, all of them, okay? American Express, Chase, Wells Fargo, all of them. They're making ongoing residual cash flow. They're not sharing it with us, although we're generating the revenue for them. You do know that, right? Yes, okay. So I'm not gonna go deep in on that. So what are you gonna do, Mr. Thornton? All you're doing, sir, is you're just gonna open up 3 digital banks. And you simply do that by putting in a first name. So I'm gonna do Zacc. His name gotta be Zacc Turner. I just can't imagine being Turner Zacc. He just has his name changed. So that just makes sense. So we're going with Zacc Turner. Okay, put some numbers there. Co-op demo. Now, guys, I want you guys that are, you know, our partners, that are members that, you know, are coming on board, and you see me do this, you know, countless times. Guys, look, you see me. I mean, I'm all over the place sometimes, you know, as I'm talking, you know, but, you know, I can afford that now because, you know, I'm bringing a lot of value. I bring a lot of value. But starting off, man, you just go right through it. Ad lib a little bit, you know, and definitely get you guys a whiteboard. Please get this. Get a whiteboard, because when you do it on that whiteboard, bro, woo! Okay, it's an impact. Why? It's visual. People can see it. And when they see it, they're like, oh, wow, really? That is how this thing goes? Yes, man. Okay, so right now I'm just gonna add this one name here. And I wanna show you, with every time an account opens up, Joe, even the ones that you do, watch this, Joe, even the ones that you did. Now I just did one. Now remember, everybody does 3, right? Joe, do you see, you just went from zeros across the board to instant withdrawable money. Even though it's a demonstration account, it's gonna perform just like an active account. So when you literally activate these accounts, Joe, either with a 250 token or a 25 standard token, bam, that's the money that's instantly going to come to you. This is just one account. So that is instant. So when this is live and you do this for real, that's going to be money that you can withdraw immediately. Because when it's $50 or more, you can withdraw every single penny. If it's $100, withdraw. 1,000, withdraw. 10,000, withdraw. 100,000, withdraw. Every single penny. There are no holds on your money. You have 24-hour access, 7 days a week, 364 days a year. 65, sorry. Now, remember, you're only doing 3. So you did 1, let's do 2 more. So we're just gonna do, let's do a church. Let's do Methodist Youth Church. I don't know if I spelled Methodist right, but it doesn't have to be a spelling bee, right? Youth Church. 44@coopdemo.net. Okay. And I'm going to add one more here. Let's do Ross Muster. Okay. Ross Muster at coopdemo.net. I'm just creating random information for demonstration purposes, okay? So literally, you're seeing right now, Joe Thornton, you are at 87.50 and 8.75, okay? This is right now, when I hit invite, Joe, this is just as if you just activated those last 2 accounts. Remember, you're only doing 3, and you're not required to do anything else, Joe, and you're not required to come out any more out of pocket. One-time execution is all anybody's doing. And so your 3 friends, those 3 that you just activated an account for, they're going to just simply do the same thing, one time only. And Joe, do you see what just happened to you? Did you see by default with your initial participation, it brought you money, like almost like a rebate that is unavoidable for you to receive. Joe, you cannot open the accounts and activate them and not receive money. And understand, that is under your control. See, Joe, you didn't have to sell nothing. You didn't have to go to coffee shops and malls. You didn't have to go to the grocery store and, hand out flyers or go in there and shake hands and meet people. You're not having to go out there and bring in 10 people, 30 people. No, guys, this is Web 3.0 technology. And the way David T. Rosen set this up, you're only opening up 3 digital banks for 3 friends that do the same one time. How often are you doing it? One time. How often are your 3 friends doing it? One time. And the way the automation works, Joe, is that you notice how you did it and you instantly receive. Joe, if this at any time for anyone does not take place, listen to me real clearly. Joe, throw Co-op Crowd in the trash. Joe, are you listening to me? I mean that with the deepest sincerity. If a person opens up the 3 accounts and money does not come into their possession, throw it in the trash. And that's just one part of the automation. If the second part of the automation, Joe, does not take place, throw Co-op Crowd in the trash. But nobody's throwing it in the trash yet, Joe. Why? Because it's on the blockchain. Now, can I just give you one flyer on the blockchain? I'm not gonna get into a long, big explanation, but I want you guys to see this, okay? Because I brought this up on Google. This is a simple explanation of blockchain. I need you to read this. Blockchain is a system of recording information in a way that makes it difficult, Joe, or impossible, Joe, to change, to hack, or to cheat the system. A blockchain is essentially a digital ledger of transactions that is duplicated and distributed across the entire network of computer systems on the blockchain. So, Joe, what you just read basically secures that the operation is going to function every single time without fail. If it was not, Joe, it cannot go through that blockchain of computers, because at any time if there's the slightest of any discrepancy, the transaction fails, and therefore the operation won't perform. And so therefore, as I said, what? Throw co-op crowd in the trash. And this is why I say the 1000% trust factor can never be compromised. Because blockchain won't allow it to be compromised. So let's go to the second portion of the automation. Understand, Joe, this is going to happen for everyone, not just you, which goes back to how we are different from other crowdfund platforms. Because in other crowdfund platforms, Joe, the result is based on you knowing a whole boatload of folks, or you having a huge network, or you having the gift of gab, or you becoming a marketing guru to get as many people to see your campaign or cause to get the funding or get some of the funding that you're trying to get, which in many cases, many people don't get the money, and that's why they just end up resulting into, hey, if you could just give me $1, give me something. And that's for those that do it out of need. But then you also have churches and nonprofits and real estate type situations where people are trying to, gather money for those types of projects. But in all other entities, if you combine it all, I don't care if it's traditional fundraising, a charity, a nonprofit, a business, anyone looking for any type of funding or looking to raise funds, it is a global statistic. 85% of any type of crowdfund fundraising, they don't hit their goals. That's not Douglas Ford. That's the statistics. And listen to this one, 65 to 70%, they don't even cross over 25%. Now, sure, if you're that person and you have a good network of folks that have money, if you have access to some influencer or celebrity that will speak on your campaign's behalf, okay. But like I said, that may be the 15 or 3%, like what J.J. Watt did for the people in Houston when they had the big hurricane. He used his influence out of strategy. He used his platform out of strategy. And then people, other celebrities, other entertainers, other professional ball players. Okay? But everybody don't have access to that. But does it make their reasons for funding insignificant because they can't get all that media attention? No. What if there was a platform, Joe, to where not just one or a few receive whatever whatever money they want to receive or raise to, but everybody does. Did you say everybody, Douglas? Yeah, everybody. All. So what we're going to do, we're going to log out as you, Joe, and we're going to log in as Zacc Turner. Remember, Zacc Turner in this demonstration was one of the ones that you opened up a digital account for, right? Now, before I log into Zacc Turner, what did I say? What is all your 3 friends required to do? How many accounts? 3. How many times are they required to do it? 1 time. Not 2 times? No. Not 3 times? No. Not 4 times? No. Do they have to repeat to do it next week? No. Next month? No. Next year? No. 5 years? No. 10 years? No. 1 time ever? 1 time. So we're in Zacc Turner. Zacc Turner is going to come down here, Joe, and just do the exact same thing that you did. Watch the automation. So let's put in, who we want to put in here? Let's put in Angelica. I met Angelica yesterday. She is, I love her spirit. She is fired up, guys. I started talking about the standard version. She said, no, don't talk about that. We want combo. Guys, these people are gonna be coming in with combo. Like, they're gonna receive from the standard version too, but it's like, no. We want that 10X. You heard what just Marcus said, 10X. 10X, guys, okay? Do you see the value, which I know a lot of you do? 10X, baby. Understand, let's be creative now. Let's say you want to do 10X, maybe your money may be a little funny. What's wrong with partnering? Partner with some family, friends, and y'all rock this thing together. What we doing? This is a real business. We're opening up digital wallets. We're being similar to Cash App. We're being similar to Coinbase. We're being similar to Crypto.com and FTX. Guys, all they're doing is opening up digital banks, and through deposits and all the transactions, the cash flow revenue is going through those digital wallets. But I admit that money is going to, those crowdsources for that particular business. But we're doing it with us, guys, and we are receiving the cash flow. Hello. And it's going to our churches. It's going to our families. It's going through our household and our businesses and our nonprofits and the charities that we want the money to go to. Hope y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. I don't know, I'll just do Luz. Angelica, Luz, okay, at coopdemo.net. Go. Okay. And I'm just gonna do, do 3. So but like, it's the same thing. So when I do 1, watch this. Watch this, Zacc. Watch this, Joe. I want you to see this. Now, Zacc is doing the same thing you did, Joe. Remember when I just did 1 account? What did you receive, Joe? You received $875 and you received $87.50. Joe, are you seeing predictable results? Because you're seeing the same thing that you received when you did 1 account. You're seeing the same thing in Zacc's account. Same thing. Joe, do you know how many times I've been like saying this for the last 6 months? It's been the same thing. Every single time. It's on the blockchain. Can't be tampered with, can't be changed, can't be hacked, can't be manipulated. None of that. It's going through the digital ledger. It's going through the computers that are operating the blockchain. And if there's any discrepancy, Don't co-op crowd in the trash. Just try to make it plain. Make it as practical as I can. You and 3 friends are just running a play. And the 3 friends and you, the 1000% trust factor with the system is never going to be compromised. You just say, 3 friends, look, man. Don't make this complicated. Trust me on this one, okay? Just open up the 3 accounts. And then have 3 friends do this. Have 3 friends that'll just trust you, okay? It's gonna only be a one-time out of pocket. They're not gonna have to go out there and try to bring in the world, bring in the universe, bring in mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother, uncle. They don't have to do all that. Now, if they want to, hey, cool. But 3 is only required. 3 is only required. Okay? So we'll go down here, put in 2 more, okay? For Zacc here, we're gonna do Greg Jennings. Let's do Patrick, okay? GJP at coopdemo.net. And one last one here. Let's do a business. Let's do Betty's Car Show. Okay? Betty Car Show. I just made up something that time, didn't I? I really went out there on a leap. coopdemo.net. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now you guys see. Zacc, he's already opened up 1 account. Okay? Now if you guys see, the math is right there. It's 8750 times 3. It's 875 times 3. Okay? Come down here, activate these accounts. Even though it's a demonstration account, guys, it performs and functions just like a live account. The only part I'm not doing is, going in, purchasing the tokens there. You see you have the different versions. You have the co-op 25, which is standard version. You go buy 3 tokens. Okay, it's going to be $84 plus blockchain fees one time. Now, if you want to do the co-op combo, which is what I feel is the best option because you get the 10x your amounts, you still receive from the co-op standard, but you also now receive from the co-op 250 when your 3 friends do the co-op 252 or whoever does the 250 version. You'll be receiving 10x the amounts. So you'll be receiving from both. And even though they're both working independently, you're both receiving from them simultaneously into your own digital bank that only you have access to. You only have the password to, and again, there are no holds on your money. Got it? So, come back up here. Do you see Zacc Turner, Joe, with the same thing when we were in your account before we left out? Guys, that money is predictable. It is predictable like a job. It is predictable like a wage salary. It is predictable like your hourly wage. It is predictable. You cannot do anything in co-op crowd without receiving money and not receiving more money. Now, Joe and Zacc, here is the second part of the automation that happens for everyone. That happens for everyone. As accounts continue to open, more money is coming to everyone. Now, of course, if you're just getting started, the money just for you opening up accounts, that's coming to you. And then your 3 friends, look at what's happening when your 3 friends do the exact same thing. They are receiving instantly, and as they were receiving instantly, simultaneously, you were receiving, another person received, and another person received, and another, and another, and another, and another. Every time. I just don't want you to hear it. Let's see it. So let me log out as Zacc Turner. I'm getting called again. I have to call him back on that one. And we're going to log in now to Mr. Joe. Mr. Joe, hope you're watching, sir. Joe, hope you're watching. Okay. I hope you're watching. Remember, Joe, when we were in your account, We haven't been in your account. We were in Zacc's account. Now remember, I didn't do all the people because you would have more than what you're going to see. But we didn't open up any more accounts in Joe's. And yeah, so let's log in. Remember, you were at 262, just like you saw Zacc's. Zacc got what you had, right? Let's log in. Joe, I just want to have one question. Do you have more money and you didn't do anything, but yet money still came to you? Let me say that again. Joe, do you have more money and you were not doing anything, and yet more money came to you? Hey, that feels so good. I'm going to say it a third time. Joe, do you have more money and you didn't open up any more accounts, and yet more money still came to you? It's programmed into the system, into the blockchain. It's coded. It's going to perform this way every single time without fail for everybody. If I took one of the accounts, listen to me, that Zacc opened up, because remember, Zacc is done, just like you have been done. If I go into one of the accounts, log in, this is why I want you guys to do the demonstration. I literally want you guys to just send the person that invited you an email address and literally have them show you this and literally how it's going to perform, not just on my laptop, it's going to perform on your phone, your computer. It's embedded on the blockchain. Because I know some people had that thought, oh man, I just work because that's his computer. His computer is set up to do that. Let me see if it works on my computer. Well, check it. Okay, let me go to the board. Let me go to the board. I'm fired up. Let me go to the board. All right, I'm at the board now. Now, guys, simply, let me tell you what I love about the simplicity of everybody's just doing 3. Because, guys, many times when, we talk about the referral businesses and, where it got, where we're involving others. And that's how we're getting this community growing, having 3 friends to do the same thing. So you don't have to feel the pressure of selling. See, that's what I feel that it's going beyond when the result is based on chance. See, when the result is based on chance and the result varies, then it's going to be incumbent upon either a skill or, just a skill, either a skill of selling or a skill of closing, a skill of, maybe learning how to learn charts, or a skill of knowing how to advertise through Facebook advertising, stuff like that. Here, guys, we don't need to do no advertising. We just gonna have 3 friends do the same thing. We're coming together as a global community, and we're all gonna be in the flow of the cash flow. Who out there don't want to be receiving money by default? And all I had to do was not sell, was not really talk to anybody, was just say, hey, yo, Joe, Ron, Betty, just open up 3 accounts. Just like if we were in Cash App or we were in Coinbase, and we're gonna activate them. We either a $250 token or a $25 activation token. What we doing? So, who we got here? We got Joe and Zacc, right? So let's start off with Joe. It's Joe here. Now, guys, y'all know in a lot of those other programs, when you got mama in, you got daddy in, you got cousin, you got coworker, you got friend, church member, maybe even pastor, deacon, whoever, your aunt, your uncle, right? And, when it was like this, they call it one of them pyramids, you know what I'm saying? Right? Or one of them network marketing, one of them MLMs, right? Well, guys, here's the deal. What these people did over here, it didn't benefit nobody over there. And what these people did over here, it didn't benefit nobody over here. So see, nobody over here benefited from anything anybody did. Everything went what? To the top. So yeah, in essence, it is the people at the top that make the most money. But that's where 97% of people, it's a revolving door, in, out. And only 3% of people win. Why? Because the result is based on chance. And when it's based on chance, also maybe mom would be successful. Maybe dad would be successful. Maybe not. It's a chance coworker could do it. There's a chance coworker may not be able to do it. And so depending on if they had a certain skill level, or if they had a certain sphere of influence, or they had a big network, or they knew a lot of people, or they were a go-getter, then yes, they could be a part of the 3%, possibly. Now still, it's people making a lot of money in this type of program, believe it or not. The #1 income earner in this type of deal is making over $1 million a month. It's a female. She's with a health and wellness company or a CBD company. But guess what? She has to still do it within the framework of 97% of people not winning. But yes, she probably helped a lot of people make $100,000 a month, or $500,000 a month, $50,000 a month, $30,000 a month. Let me ask you this question. What if their result was based on absolute certainty? What if the result was based on that? Now here it is, she's making over $1 million a month in something that's based on chance or maybe. And it has a 97% revolving door. But what if the result was based on this? Do you think she'd be making more than $1 million a month? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? Because that would mean when mama got involved, she made money. Daddy got involved, he made money. Co-worker, they made money. Church member, they made money. Anytime they bought the package or the product, boom, they made money. But because the result is based on this and this, they did, it's a chance they did, it's a chance they didn't. They possibly did or they possibly didn't. Does that make sense? But ladies and gentlemen, when this is the result, when the result is with absolute certainty, that's why people love going to the job. It's not so much that they like the people, they love the job. Now if they do, great. But there's a lot of people that go to work and they don't really like the job, and they don't like none of the people that they work with. But you know why they go? Because the pay, the result is going to be predictable. The result, all I gotta do is go to work, put in the hours, and whatever I make, times whatever I make per hour, I get a predictable result either every week or every other week or every 1st and 15th. It's called a predictable result by absolute certainty. Y'all got that? Co-op crowd functions, ladies and gentlemen, with the result, Joe, with the result, Zacc, being based on absolute certainty. Why? Watch this. So I'm going to share this from the 10X version, right? So Joe, what are you going to be doing is opening up how many accounts? I'm writing right here. 3 and 1 time. There's another number that we have to this equation, 7. Because we want people to do this within 7 days or less. Do what? Open up 3 accounts 1 time, and those 3 friends are going to do the same thing. 3 accounts 1 time, 7 days or less. And I'm going to write out, each week, okay, as we move forward. So let me erase this. So write that down. Execute 317. That's the formula. Execute 317. That's 3 accounts that we're only doing one time, doing it within 7 days or less. If you're asking me, okay, we should do 313 because we should be doing it within 3 days or less to really make this thing go forward and move fast, because people are way more excited in receiving money ongoing every 3 days as opposed to waiting for 7 days. I mean, we got people that are doing this within the first hour, first 24 hours, okay? But we just said, if we just did it slow for everybody, watch what takes place. So this is going to be 7, your first 7 days, Joe. How many accounts you're going to open up? 3. How many times you're going to be required to do this, Joe? 1 time. When I put a line right here, that means you've done it your 1 time. You're not required to do it anymore, and you're not required to come out any more out of pocket. Now, Joe, immediately, Joe, when you did this, or when your 3 friends did this, because we're going by the co-op combo, Joe, guess what you're going to receive? $260, Joe. $260 instantly in your account, Joe. Now, of course, there's other money you receive from the standard version, but I'm not going to, get into all that. I want to keep it simple, okay? I'll just use the bigger number. So, Joe, what's going to happen here? Your 3 are going to have 3 friends that do the exact same thing. How many, Joe? Just 3. How often is this going to happen for? Be required 1 time. And it's going to be 7 days. Now, even though it's their first 7, it's going to be your day, 8 through 14. So we'll just do 14. So that's 14 days. This is with everyone that's doing it within 7 days or less. That's how I'm mapping it out here. Now, Joe, if you received 260, this was Zacc. One of these people was Zacc, right? Joe, if you received 260, what did Zacc receive? He received 260 as well, didn't he? You notice those 2 numbers are the same? That's predictable. That's predictable. Zacc got the same thing Joe got. Why? Zacc did the same thing Joe did. So when your 3 friends do the exact same thing that you do, they're receiving the money instantly. That's the automation. And if that didn't take place, throw co-op crowd in the garbage. Here's the second part of the automation. What's the second part? Now, Douglas, how is everybody's money going up? This is where the versatility of the crowdfunding technology, because this is what David T. Rosen programmed, is that anytime there's a deposit or a transaction done, that transaction just does not go to one entity. It will go to the entity that made the deposit, which would be you, whoever is that person. So this is the you in this equation, put a circle there. And it's also going to 9 other folks that were prior. Every single time that happens. So when your 3 friends, okay, so this is one of your 3, right? Or these are your 3. So when they do it, okay, what's going to happen? It's going to come back and they're going to receive. That's 1. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every single time. I feel like running right now. I feel like screaming. I said I wasn't going to be loud, but come on, ladies and gentlemen. And we're talking about, this is not volume, this is not points, because this is not network marketing. This is cooperative crowd fund, where we're opening up digital banks and digital wallets, leveraging Web 3.0 blockchain technology. And it's the automation, because, so then, there again, as Zacc did it, when you're looking at this, what is happening? When Zacc made the deposit in the transaction, it's gonna have Zacc to receive, it's gonna have Joe to receive, and 8 other people, okay? I went out the screen, but it was 8 folks over there, okay? So by default, remember Joe, he wasn't required to do nothing else. So Joe, your money by default, Joe, by default, Joe, by no effort of you, Joe, your money went up to $380. Come on, Joe. Now, Joe, your money went up by default, right? Joe, you gotta have 3 friends that wanna receive money by default, don't you? Zacc, you gotta have 3 friends that wanna continuously receive money by default from this day forward, don't you? Whoever listening to me right now, you gotta have 3 friends that wanna receive ongoing, passive, residual cash flow that it is unavoidable for them to receive. Am I saying anything that's like going over your head? So let me erase all this here. Let me use another marker because this one here is starting to fade out. Okay, let me go into red now. All right, so watch this. So what are these folks doing? Let's say one of these here, look, hold on. Let's say we got mom here. Let's say we got dad here. Let's say we got, I don't know, somebody skeptical. You got that skeptical person over here. Skeptical, whatever. You got mom, dad, and Mr. Skeptic or Mrs. Skeptic, right? And you know, they just reluctantly, all right, I'll just do it. I'll open up 3 accounts. So that's day, that's the 3rd week. So that's 21 days then. What's gonna happen to mom, dad, and skeptical person? 260. What's gonna happen to Zacc? What's gonna happen to Joe by default? Remember they're only doing it once. So I put that line there. What's happened to Zacc? Remember, Joe had what, 380? Zacc has 380. Predictable, see, predictable. 260, 380. But remember, this all started with Joe. So Joe obviously is gonna have more. Why? It started with Joe. What Joe's going to, watch this, guys, $870. Now, I asked this to a young lady who speaks real good Spanish. And her English is really good. Her name was Angelica. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put Angelica right here. And when I said, Angelica, let me ask you a question. Because this is the question, Angelica. Let me put her name right here. Angelica. I said, Angelica, as you saw accounts continue to open, did you see everybody's money go up? She didn't even say see. She said, yes. Guys, these folks here in Angelica, what are they gonna do? The exact same. Now look, mom, dad, skeptical, they're not required to do nothing else. Zacc is not required to do nothing else. Joe is not doing, they haven't done nothing else. And 7 days, remember we said 7 days or less? So these guys are gonna do it in their first 7 days. 3, that's gonna be 28 days since Joe started this. Joe, this is 28 days. Joe, I know you're gonna be alive for another month, right? Joe, I know you're gonna be alive for another month. And I'm sorry. Nobody's really saying, well, what if my 3 don't do it? Because I know when you say that, that's from entertaining energy from things in the past. We're not that. We're like the Cash Apps. You do believe people are opening up digital wallets in Cash App, right? You do believe people are opening up digital wallets with Coinbase, right? That's why they're making over 330 billion every quarter, because money is being generated in their ecosystem. We are generating it for them. Over here, we're opening digital wallets for our community, and everybody in the community now is receiving like Coinbase is receiving like Cash App is receiving like Facebook is receiving like FTX. Come on, guys. Angelica, what is Angelica receiving? 260. Remember 317. She opened up 3 accounts, one time, 7 days or less. I'm having fun now. Let's go and erase this. What are mom and dad and skeptical person up to now? They're at 380 by default. Zacc is going from 380, cheat sheet, 870 Zacc now. I mean, y'all think Zacc is excited? Zacc is doing whatever he wants to do. And look, his cash flow, he can't stop it. Let me say that. Zacc, you can't stop your money. Zacc, you can't stop this money from coming to you. Why? Because Angelica shared it with her 3 friends. Zacc, you don't even know Angelica. And whoever this is, you probably don't know who they are. You don't know them. They could be in Argentina. They could be in Jamaica. It could be a whole country. We got Trinidad that's just launching. We got leaders over there. They're going to get this out to the community. Do you not understand that anytime wallets open, anywhere, everywhere, all the time, money is going to continue to come up to everybody. $260, $380, okay. Joe, you're at $2,490, Joe. That's in 1 month, Joe. 1 month, Joe. 1 month. So in everybody's 28 days, because now, even though we're going to, 35 here, right? 3 accounts. It's going to be Zacc's 28, because you started a week before. So let's do the numbers. So here we go, 260. Angelica, 380. Look, mom, dad, and skeptical person. They can't move out of the way of the money. What? 870. Zacc said what? Predictable, ongoing, residual cash flow. Predictable, ongoing, residual cash flow. $2,490. Joe, you ready for this? $5,380, Joe. See, guys, this is just going to continue to keep going. Because why is it going to continue to keep going? Are you seeing the result happen for everybody? Everybody received 260. Everybody moved up to 380, or except these people, but they will as it continues to move forward. You see people at 870. You see people at 2,490. And you see people at 5,380. This 5,380 is going to come to everybody as it continues to grow. Again, it grows again. Okay, 3. What is that? That's going to be 42, right? That's 42. Here we go. 260 for these people. Erase these numbers. Let's erase these numbers, okay? 260, 380. Angelica, 870. Mom, dad, skeptical, 2,490. Zacc, 5,380. Joe. 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 Hope you're watching, man. Bring this up, Joe. I want to make sure I'm right, accurate. I want to make sure I'm accurate, Joe. Joe, watch this. Where's that number at? There it is. Okay, just wanted to make sure I had every single dollar correct. I'll close all this down. I've got all this up. Go back. Okay, Joe, you watching? 17,000, Joe. $17,910. Joe, you're receiving this every 28 days. This is not one time. As everyone's money is going up, you're receiving these amounts every 28 days. Because remember, because it's subscription based. It's $1 a day. And so as the activity continues to increase, as this community continues to get larger, it's raising everyone's residual results up that they're going to be receiving every 28 days. So as it stands right now, in this demonstration, Zacc, you're receiving 17,000 every 28 days. I mean, Joe, excuse me. Joe, you're receiving $17,910. This operated with mathematical certainty, and it's taking everyone 7 days to do their 3. I literally got Argentina. They're beating down the doors. They're going to put at least somewhere around about, I don't know, 30 to 40 people in a week. I'm only saying people do 3. They're about to do almost 30 in a week. Because they're not playing. They want to change financial life for their families, for their people, for their churches. So it ain't my fault if you start to see a bunch of Argentinians leaving their jobs, getting their family out of impoverished areas if they are there, being able to help the people that they want to help, do the things that they really want to do. Why? Because they understood we come together, we're more powerful than we are as individuals. And Co-op Crowd is going to monetize it to where it's not just me or Angelica, but my mama, my daddy, my skeptical friend, Zacc, Joe, and whoever else. So now I'm getting excited. So try to calm down. But you guys, I'm just fired up, man. Fired up. I don't have to beg nobody to do this. Once I show it on the board, it's done. What? You receiving money by default, everybody's winning. And as accounts open up, you didn't see me miss anybody in their money going up. Zacc's receiving $5,300 every 28 days. Mom, dad, and skeptical receiving over close to $2,500 every 28 days. Angelica, $870 every 28 days. I know that's gonna be a little money for her. Oh, she's gonna be way up here. She's gonna be way up here. All right, guys, I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Let y'all go eat. Tomorrow's Friday, okay? And but guys, listen, Joe, Zacc, get back in contact with the person. Anybody watching this for the first time, get back in contact with the person. Give them your email right now and decide if you want to do the 10X or if you just want to do the standard, okay? But to be in the 10X means to be in both, because you gotta be in both. You just can't be in one. We're in 250. If you're doing the standard, you can't be in the standard. You can have that money accumulate and it upgrades you automatically in the 250. Now you're starting to receive from both versions. the 10X, and the standard, okay? So that's my time, guys. Appreciate you guys chiming in. This is D4. We just want to see you at the top. We look forward to seeing each and every one of you over the top. Take care. God bless.